What is up, guys? How y'all doing today? I'm coming at you with another challenge. This one is given by a Darko Vasilic? Well, Vasilic, I think. Darko Vasilic. I probably slaughtered your name. I'm sorry. It will be right though when I write it in the title. So don't worry. In the thumbnail and the title, your name will be fine. It won't be completely butchered. Don't worry. But he said, try going through an area of my choice with no unique items or weapons, only purple. I consider, that like I could use anything, purple and below, and I consider E-Tech purple because it's technically purple. It's a shade of purple, and it's not like, unique items or weapons. So basically what I'm using here is an E-Tech Hyperion Plasma Caster. It's fire just for like the little enemies that are around here in the Friendship Gulag. I picked this area because there's a decent mix of enemies between the loaders, the annoying surveyors. They're really a pain. They are really a pain. And with like the tinier health, like red health enemies here. I also have this big TDR blocky shotgun. It's basically, just to take full advantage of like anarchy bonuses, because anarchy works well with big fat shotguns. And I wanted as much damage as I could get dealing with these loaders. I have a Snyder here for slagging people, because it basically slags them in one shot. So it's sort of like a Grog nozzle where it slags like basically every shot, which is nice. Also, it has the critical prefix on there, just in case I need to hit something with a critical. I do it a few times just to get that bonus, a little bit of bonus damage. It's like a decent chunk, so I also have a Vladov, E-Tech Vladov slag rocket launcher with like max fire rate, just so I could get up if I need to off like one of the smaller enemies, and if I need to slag a big group of people, E-Tech rockets tend to have a pretty decent splash range. So, and for the items, I have a Chaotic Evil Necromancer class mod. It may be a DLC class mod, but it's technically, well, it isn't. It's not a red text item, so it falls into the category of usable in this challenge. I also have a purple adaptive shield, mainly just I could get as much health as I need to, or as I possibly can, so I could take at least a few hits, because I can't really health gate, so there's no point in lowering my health as low as possible. So the more health, the better in this situation, sort of. I do have a purple Maliwan transfusion grenade, just in case I do need to like slag something and get health back. I used it a few times. It's definitely not as, good as a Moxie weapon, but oh well, I had to make do. And an E-Tech relic, I believe a corrosive relic. An E-Tech corrosive relic. So that's pretty much all the items here. Voltaic Anarchist build, as always, even though Voltaic Anarchist build has a lot of status, and the status is for healing, and you can't really heal without a Moxie weapon very well. At least, off status, because, how Moxie weapons work. I don't need to explain it. But I just kept the spec on, because why not? A more, like, anarchy-focused build would probably have been better in this situation, but oh well, I still completed the challenge, though. So, it doesn't really matter. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Yes, it was a reference, but the Snyder is probably, the Snyder and this TDR shotgun are, like, the best things ever in this challenge here, because they did so well. The Snyder just slagging people every hit was definitely a necessity. However, for some reason, I get like a frame rate drop when I combine a slagged enemy being point blank in their face, interspersed outburst, and a shot from that shotgun. All together, it tends to drop the frames for a second. So, if you see frame rate, that's probably why I just combined as many effects as I could into one attack, and it just sort of like killed it over or whatever. But oh well, it doesn't happen too often. But apologies for that. You may notice, you may not. I sure notice, because it happens, and it sort of threw me off at times. But oh well, still completed the challenge, so it doesn't really matter. But I never really got confirmation from him on the whether or not E-Techs count as purple stim, but they're not red text items, so I went ahead and used them anyway. Probably already said that, don't know. I'm a broken record from time to time, but there's a loader sort of flying right there that kind of confuzzled me, but oh well. This area does have a good amount of enemies. I did kill off every element enemy. That's an elemental enemy. It's called an enemy. So if you guys see like an elemental enemy, it's called an enemy. Enemy. I like that word. I really do. It sounds pretty. But I did kill off every single enemy, even though if you walk into the spotlights, more spawn. That I just didn't count those because if I don't walk into the spotlight, then they technically don't spawn. Also, I think the Sniper shoots off 2 projectiles. I think I saw 2 projectiles fire, and that's why it you slag basically every time because it's already like a above 50% chance, I believe. But I don't know. This definitely was a bit of a challenge. It was definitely more challenging than the last one. But there are some other challenges. I'm looking at the comment section right here that seem like they will be kind of a pain. Like Lazy Data wanted me to do Axton versus Raid Boss of choice. No merging, no Ahab swapping, no being smart and using a nukem instead. And to make things more interesting, no Chuck build, which is the Avenger plus B. Use Mecro to kill Vorak for only 150 Anarchy. No Norfleet, by the way. Keeping it locked at 150 Anarchy would probably mess with my build choices here, but I guess, you know, I'm allowed to have it pre-stacked. It just needs to stay at 150, or at least not go over during the fight. But in order to fight Vora, you need to go in, and you need to go in with pre-stacked Anarchy. It's just a thing. I know his shield is nerfed, so it won't be as hard, but I don't know. Some of these are just like, what? DJ Victorious said, go through Heroes Pass and OP8 with no Moxie weapons or Norfleet gauge, so I can use other what's it called weapons, other red text weapons, which would make it a little bit easier. But again, taking away, you know, life lead in OP8 is definitely a mean thing, guys. But I'm okay with it. Also, I'm on fire. Send me Tom Cruise. I hope this video lines up with the commentary properly. But see right here, I kind of got scared. So I was like, no. See, that was pretty close. Unfortunately, since it is slag, the rocket is slag, it won't really do as much damage as it needs to. It was basically only, you know, just to spam rockets to basically, you know, slag multiple enemies. I don't really use it for that too much, but oh well. Also, it's really nice when the surveyors like stay put like that, because then I don't really have to worry, because my guns are not the most accurate. The only thing that I could really take them out with is the Sniper. I did try a few other weapon choices here. I tried like Hyperion shotgun, not one of the bigger ones. Part of me thinks like a bigger, like, you know, with this barrel on Hyperion shotgun would have done better, but I was using like the basic Hyperion barrel just for like ammo conservation, but that didn't really work out too well. But I don't know, there's probably a few things I could have done better, could have done differently, but either way I killed every enemy here, so the challenge is completed. We could throw that one under the rug. Anybody own a rug anymore? Most floors I see are tiled or wooded now. Wooded. What does that mean? What does that mean? Floorboards. Floorboarded. Is that even a proper I don't even know. You can see I'm having trouble commentating this because basically it's just stick to walls, stick to cover, slag things, then come out and just blast them away when they're slagged with this TDR shotgun. That's basically what I did here. And even then, it's not as effective as it needs to be. Like, a surveyor here is like trying to heal him, and that's like a no-go. That's a no-go, Mr. Suro. That is no-go. Yeah. Surveyors definitely are a pain, though. When they're flying around, they are a pain. Because if I manage to hurt them while they're flying around, they'll probably escape me, and then they'll come back with full health, because health regen is a butt. But, I don't know. It wasn't too much trouble. Thankfully, there are a lot of ammo boxes in this area, so I can keep my ammo up. Because if I was to do this without grabbing any ammo, and only working off the ammo drops, that would be a problem. And that does not give you guys an idea for another challenge. Don't do this to me. But yes, challenges are still accepted in any one of these videos. Just post them on any one of these videos. I will see them. Will I do all of them? I don't know. It depends. Like, there are some, maybe I could find one. I remember there was one I just could not do. Can't remember what it was. It was something. Do a melee Axton versus raid boss. Alex Floors Miller. Thank you for that, but it will not be happening. That is not possible. So if you're gonna give me a challenge, make it possible. I also got one on Steam from a Nail. I think it was like not like Nail from DBZ, but like Nale. And he told me to go fight Vermivorous with level 1 white gear. That is not going to happen. It does not sound fun. It is not possible. I need a possible challenge here. Everything else, like some of this sounds really hard. the ones I read before, but they're definitely possible, so I'll go ahead and do those. And hopefully I'll commentate them better than this one, because this one, it's not really, something I really have much to explain about. Basically, just be careful. And running out to enemies will probably get you killed if they are not slagged. Like, this Hyperion Plasma Caster, it is not very accurate at the beginning, so I tend to miss shots at the beginning, and that tends to screw me over, because by the time it gets really accurate, they're either moving around or I'm dead by then. So, also, using corrosion even on the slagged like red health enemies here does not do a lot at all. It's not like the conference call where I could basically kill them at the same speed if they're slagged with a corrosive conference call. It doesn't work that way. I missed my conference call. You guys took it away from me. It's not cool. It's not cool, Darko. It's not cool, Darko. It's not cool. Either way though, doesn't really matter. I didn't get through this as fast as I wanted to. Again, I can't really use my fast-paced playstyle and just run in and murder everything. But either way, like a lot of times I like run back in the cover just to find a good vantage point or go looking for ammo here in this video. A few minutes ago in this video it was basically just me staying in that empty courtyard area in front of the cells and just grabbing ammo, because that is very important, especially with a gun that eats through ammo like this one. And I didn't rock a stockpile relic, even though that would have been great, because I would have had like 400 shotgun bullets to work off of and 61 rockets. So that would have been awesome, but I didn't go ahead and use one of those. I just went ahead with the corrosive relic just to get the bonus damage here. And it seemed to have paid off. I never really ran out of ammo, so I was pretty much good. But yeah, definitely have to think on my feet here. Definitely have to think on my feet and worry about ammo here. Normally, I never worry about ammo. If I run out, then I just switch to another gun, and I'll be fine, because it's powerful enough to take them out. But, didn't apply here. And here I'm just like, you know what, ammo? I could use you, but I'm just going to leave you alone and slag these guys and move on with my life. And that ammo never gets picked up. It never gets picked up, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but that ammo will not be finding a home in my gun today, or in enemies' body parts. I was going to say skull, but most of these guys are robots and they're not Terminators, so skull wouldn't really work out there. And there, I sort of looked at the ammo there and I was like, yeah, I should probably pick that up. Nope, never did. Just went back to fighting, and Deathtrap is doing his thing. In some of the future challenges like this, what I probably should have done here is probably spec'd a lot into Deathtrap, because if you have enemies slagged and stuff and have him like all set up, he could do a good amount to normal enemies like this. He's not useful in a raid boss fight at all, or against like, decent bosses like, I don't know, even like Doc Mercy probably couldn't mess up at all. But, I don't know, with weaker enemies like this probably would have been better. I could have played more like defensively, just like slag things, get off damage here and there, but let him do most of the work. That probably would have been the better way to do it. Probably would have taken a longer video. I could have ran like a, what's it, like, I forgot what the class mod is called. It's, Roboteer. Yeah, Roboteer for cooldown and stuff, going to 20% cooler, 20% cooler. I'm not going to sing the song, don't worry. And if you don't know it's a song, don't look it up, because you'll hate me. 50% of you will hate me, I think. I don't know. Either way, we're almost through this challenge. Basically don't have any enemies left. I figure out that, here's when I figure out that if you step into the spotlight, enemies will spawn. So I do it once, but since there were technically no more enemies on the map after I did it once, I didn't bother going and running into the other spotlights, because, I don't know, that would have been tedious. That would have been boring. I cleared the map anyway. Like right here. Yeah, right here. I step. I'm like, does this do anything? It's like 2 of them pop out. It's like, oh, it does do something. That's cool. Still not running to the other ones though. And I run over to the back one, trying to get more to spawn, but it doesn't work. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's only like 2 enemies per tower, so whatever. Doesn't really matter in the end. Wouldn't affect the outcome of the challenge. All enemies off the map. All enemies dead. No unique items used, and that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the challenge. Please leave me more possible ones, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.